My dear LaSallian parents, welcome back to another academic year at De La Salle Santiago Zobel. Only a few months back, your children all filled the halls and classrooms of our beloved school with the usual noise and laughter that comes with a vibrant school. In the latter part of academic year 2019-2020, we were all a bit cautious and aware that COVID-19 was a threat. But as a whole, we were happy to be amongst each other. We were cautious, but we continued to live our lives as normally as we could. Unlike any other academic year, where our kids would spend a good amount of time saying goodbye to their teachers, classmates, and friends, and where they had the luxury of counting down the number of days left in school, last academic year we had to end abruptly, and with that came feelings of uncertainty and confusion. What now? What would happen to the students of De La Salle Zobel? What would happen to us as a school? How can we ensure that despite everything that is happening, we will all succeed and prevail? Personally, I believe this pandemic has caused many of us to fear the unknown. The fear of getting the virus and the fear of not knowing who may have COVID-19 has created an almost surreal reality of staying clean and healthy. Gone for now are the handshakes, the high fives, the manopause, the warm embraces of other family members. Every one of us is affected in one way or another, and we are all doing our best to cope with what we have. I guess for many of us, the financial uncertainties has also caused so much anxiety and stress. I know many thought of different options for schooling. Some have opted to stop for a year, others have sought to do homeschooling instead. In the end, it is a choice that each family has to make, and I am humbled and grateful that you have decided to continue on with us and tackle this new norm together. In the end, we have to realize that learning should never stop, and learning in a manner that is familiar to our students must continue. One can expect that the longer the school interruption, the harder will it be for the child to get back to regular schooling, and the greater the learning loss will be. We need to provide our children a sense of normalcy, a sense of familiarity, a sense of control. We need to focus on our children's wellness and spirituality. We have to encourage them to have purpose in what they do, to work together to accomplish goals and projects, and to have comfort knowing that they are all still part of a learning institution that they love and that loves them back. In my 2 years of being with De La Salle Zobel, I have come to realize that each student in De La Salle Zobel is not only there because of the excellent education the school can offer. I have seen for myself how students grow, develop, and mature to be good and caring individuals. I have seen how De La Salle Zobel has become a home away from home. It is a place where our students can speak their minds, explore strengths and talents, and gain friendships that will last a lifetime. It is a place where they feel special and where they know they belong. For learners in general, in a report by UNESCO dated May 25, 2020, it was mentioned that 28,451,212 learners are affected by this crisis. Many schools cannot simply make ends meet, and many schools have opted to close. Many schools could no longer pay for their employees, and reputable private schools have resorted to all sorts of measures just to keep afloat. I honestly believe that all schools are affected in one way or another and in varying degrees, but all are encountering problems and all are struggling. The struggle is real even for us, but we must find ways to persevere. De La Salle Zobel will continue to provide your children with the best possible learning, and we will do this online. I have always believed that we have had a huge edge over many schools. We have featured our blended learning approach in Spark Ed workshops, and we have gained recognition for our online learning. Schools in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao recognize us as a leading institution on blended learning, and we will continue to lead as best as we can and do so deliberately and carefully with you, our dear parents, by our side. Many parents who are questioning the use of gadgets as a learning tool, and others who question our online approach now realize that what we were doing was right after all. Many schools that were adamant to never have their children use learning devices now require them. We have ventured into this reality years back, but now we have to focus on doing what we already know for one entire year. Needless to say, the transition to full online distance learning is still a monumental task. There will be struggles along the way, and we will have to get used to this new norm. But I'm confident that we will all succeed. My dear parents, by offering our online distance learning, we had to prioritize the safety and health of your children and of everyone else. The reality for now is that your homes will be their new classrooms, and your classmates and friends will still be around but not physically. When we engage in online distance learning, we venture into limitless possibilities. We will cultivate your child's independent learner characteristic, since lessons can be done at their own pace and beyond synchronous sessions. Aside from the regular classes, just like in school, your children will be given choices for clubs and will still engage in extracurricular activities. They will have an option of hearing daily mass, and all of them will engage in projects by our Lasallian Missions Office and from our student council. Your children will have the life of a regular De La Salle Santiago Zobel student, but all will be done online, at least for now. Our end goal is to eventually hold regular classes, and no one knows when that day will be, and when we will be given the option to go back to school again. But as such, we remain hopeful. I would like to end with our theme for the year: Spark Hope, Communion in Mission through Living Jesus in Our Hearts. My dear parents, our common goal is to give what is best to our children. Let us work in communion with each other as partners in ensuring that our children will shine from this experience and will succeed. Together, let us be beacons of hope for our children, to light a spark among them in these uncertain times. In one of the last General Assemblies in school for last academic year, I told our faculty and staff that we may either face this year with fear or with faith. I encouraged them then to choose faith, and I encourage you all to do the same. Let us have faith that we will overcome this. Let us have faith that with our mindset of preparing, adapting, and changing, we will succeed and do well in our online distance learning. Let us have faith that with Jesus in our hearts, we are stronger, and collectively, we could do more. Once again, I welcome you to academic year 2020-2021. God bless you all. Live Jesus in our hearts forever.